Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Kerrash Landing, the Elite Dangerous Community Show. And tonight I have a very special guest, fellow streamer, and just awesome person generally all round. How you doing, Mr. FireyToad?
I'm awesome, matey. How are you, you lovely man?
Not too bad. I was just saying I've got a stinking headache, but I'm going to blitz through it. We're going to do it one way or another. I've also noticed that I haven't actually turned my lighting on properly, so people have noticed a really bad green screen. So let's get that sorted first. Crash face. There we go. So I think the problem was we were just happily gassing away, weren't we? We were. Just get preparing before the stream, you know.
Indeed.
As you do. Let's get that sorted first. So
it's Crash from the Mirror Universe. Oh dear.
Is it opposite me? Is it me?
I don't know. Is it you?
It is. Is it because of the Explorer face? Is this what it is?
I think it must be. Yes. I have not seen you looking like that for a long time.
So this is a combination of me going out like on a 12,000 light year round trip, just for fun in the evenings, and not being able to find my razor, and of course the real reason is just working silly hours around the clock.
Although I have to say, it does actually suit you.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
No, I think you should let it go.
I think if I just let it go out a little bit, trim it on the edges,
Yeah.
I don't know whether Mrs. K will agree, but we'll see what she says.
We'll see.
Yes. But yes, it's been a crazy week. I couldn't believe it's Friday already this morning.
I know.
I'm not. Beta 4 already.
Yes, Beta 5 next week.
I've had about 20 minutes on Beta 4, and that was just preparing for this. This was, I'm going to go to the nearest engineer base and just try some of these things out, like all these options, and then I'm like,
That's it, just spam everything to get to rated 5,
yes.
and get all the silly stuff.
So I was having a play with that. I mean, you've had quite a bit of experience of playing around with this, haven't you? Been
I've had a little bit of an experience with the engineers, you could say, yes. Just a speech.
So what is your jump range now?
Well, if it's got nothing on it, this is the bare bones. 52.85 light years.
52.85.
Yes, there's Well, there is somebody on Reddit who's got 52.87.
Yes, I did. Oh, I did see your screenshot of that. That is insane.
That is. Outfitted for exploration with shields, 2 buggies, 2 FM units, advanced discovery scanner, diesel service scanner, and a 7A fuel scoop. 49 point something light years.
That's the stuff of. I like that.
Yes, I'm actually out in deep space at the moment.
This is on Anaconda. You've got this.
This is on an Anaconda. Yes, but there's a little bit of a hyperspace bug.
Yes, unfortunately, we were just talking about that a minute. So you have reported it.
I have reported. It's been acknowledged by the QA team. They are working on it. But it's you basically get stuck in hyperspace. You need every other jump or every jump, and you have to kill the process, and it chucks you back where you were, and you've lost all your fuel.
Oopsie. Yeah, I mean, when you mentioned to me, the first thing I said as soon as I saw your screenshot, I was like, yeah, I think the client and the server are going to have a little bit of a disagreement over you being able to do that jump range.
Even 11 light years, it happens too.
Yeah. So I think as well, there's a lot of things going on the beta servers. And obviously, the beta the servers have got less capacity than the live servers. They
have. But there is a trick. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's going to be taken out. That if you bookmark something, you can plot a route to it.
Yes. Let's see if I can slow down. I'll just show that, because I think was it something like 7,000 light years you managed to achieve, something like that.
I've plotted a bookmark to Eagle Nebula, but I've heard rumours that someone's plotted a 40,000 light year jump.
That's madness, isn't it?
I did try 65,000 light years, and it hard crashed me to the desktop with the bug report saying, Please enter what you were doing at the time of the failure. Try to make the server.
Beta testing your server.
Revian was watching at the time, and he said, confirmed, when Spike went through the roof, it's repeatable.
Boom! Server explodes.
Yes. It's basically the server just goes, Yeah, I can't handle this. You're going, bye.
Yeah, bang! There you go. Yep.
Yeah, so in the interest of serviceability, I'm kicking you off now. Bye.
Whoa! Whoa! Slow down.
So are you seriously trying to do what? So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we just proved it. 470 jumps to the
Yeah, go.
Crelia.
Jeez, I could just yeah.
That's madness.
Obviously, in your little eagle, that's
That's
going
gonna
to
take a while. Yeah.
yeah. You need the penetrator.
Nice. I like that. That's
Yeah. Yes.
That's a nice name.
Penetrates the distance.
On that note, greetings to everyone as ours. The Abacus, Prime 9, nice to see you there. Snows! Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're struggling with your ears again, my friend. I hope you feel better soon. I do have a Spiegel Prime 9, yes.
Oh, do you have a Spiegel?
I've been playing around with things. I got the old super turbo enhanced thrusters on. I could get like 497 meters per second, I think I managed to get. I've still got shields on though. I did notice Gaming with Ian said he managed to get 353, I think, by taking the shields off.
Jesus.
But I'm just wondering, do I risk it?
Well, I think at that speed, I don't think it's going to make much difference whether you've got shields on or not.
If you're going to bump into something in that speed, it's like, you're pink goo on the inside of the cockpit glass.
But there are people who've been getting 600, haven't there?
See, I want to try this. Should we try? See how much I can max out the. Let's do it. Let's get back to the.
Be prepared to take plenty of fish.
Lots of fish. Yes, I have noticed.
Yes.
And I can't believe that I've still seen a few people around on the internet asking the questions like, why is it fish? It makes no sense. Why do they want fish? Listen, they should have no interest in fish. It's like, it's
fun.
The test. It's just,
It's funny.
Yeah.
So long, thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, exactly. I got it.
To this
straight away. I know. As soon as I saw that, I just kind of smirked and carried on, and then I just started to see all the posts, and I was in complete disbelief. It's like, don't you get the joke? It's just a placeholder. It's not.
It's just a fun thing that the devs have gone. What can we put in? What can we make them that want that's easy? Fish. Booties, fish.
Lots of
yes.
Way back when to the first half.
Exactly. Yeah. You only had the first 5 stations. What did people do to trade and make money? Transported fish.
Lots of fish.
We depopulated an entire ocean of fish.
Fish for everyone.
Yes. I remember docking at the Harn Gateway and taking the last of the fish. There was no more fish left in the Harn Gateway. I had taken all the fish.
I remember landing there and there was none left.
Yes. I had all the tea and coffee and everything as well.
But for those of you still completely oblivious to the fact they will be using things like this, all of these special materials and stuff like that. But I imagine, of course, the focus at the moment is just letting people try the different mechanics out and
to see what people can find and break.
Exactly, and then kind of like balancing how much you need from each one of those. They're not going to. They're going to be changed, aren't they? They're called recipes, but they're going to become schematics,
blueprints.
Blueprints
are going to become. But there's over 100 different micro resources currently.
Exactly. Yeah, and
over 100. So they're going to basically homogenize them into the lower ranked ones, like the common ones. They're going to make them like more. So instead of having like 5 different ones, they're going to make in one item or something. So when you pick something up, you get the bits and pieces. I don't quite know how they're going to do it, but they're going to basically shrink the number of you need down somewhat, because there is a lot,
and it's confusing as well. I mean, there's so many different categories of different things and stuff like that. It's it kind of only
certain things drop from certain places, and different ships will drop different bits, and some bits you can only get from missions, or you might only be able to get them from here or there, and it's I think it just needs a little bit of harmonizing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's all going to take some tweaking and tuning. And
But I nearly guarantee that within a month of it going live, there will be a website which says you can find this here, or here, or here, or here, and it's just basically right. I'm going farming today.
Yep.
I'm going to my combine harvester.
Yeah, exactly.
And all it's going to limit you then is your time.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll all come out in the wash, I think, eventually.
Yeah, of course it will.
It's just one of those things. It's just a question of balance. I saw some funny things there from Prime 9. He said he was tweaking some things at work today and managed to get an eagle up to 60 kilometers a second before the physics system just went.
Nah. You can just imagine the client saying, "You are now people pate." No,
Gone.
you commander. Yes, no.
Also, academic dust sent. Does that make it an imperial kipper?
Oh.
Love it, love it. What's that? I think it was Stephen Usher just said it was at that speed was just saying that was, yeah, 600 meters per second is 1,300 miles per hour.
Something stupid like that. Yes.
Several Mach speeds. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes. Well, the speed of sound is
Like 330.
700 miles an hour, approximately.
Twice the speed of sound.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Dirk D, have I seen the effect of shock mines video? Is that a new video, or is that what we saw in the stream a couple of weeks ago? Ooh, shiny. Ooh,
Shiny.
shiny.
Ooh, shiny. Shiny. Ooh, shinies.
I did see the video from a little while back showing. Whoop, whoop. I just ran
careful.
into it. Yeah, come back,
Gold.
come back, come back. Keep paying any attention.
Oh, look, mechanical equipment. That's the micro resource. Configurable components. Micro resource.
I tell you what.
Oh, you can't cargo scoop to save your life, can you?
It would help if I had the cargo scoop down.
My point.
Yeah, good point. I'll let that one slide. Where is my frame shift?
Speed of sail at air in air at sea level is 740 meters per second.
That's crazy.
That's quite fast. Obviously, as the higher you go, less air resistance, so that means you can go slightly faster.
True. And as we're on planets with no atmospherics, then we can
Yep.
get quite a bit faster.
Exactly, because there's less friction on the airframe.
True, absolutely true. I
Aye.
can't get this.
So it's just a case of overcoming the mass.
There we go.
So by lowering your mass, your top speed increases because you've got less material to move with the same volume.
Nom.
Yes. Which is what it kind of relates to the frame shift upgrade you can get the engineers.
Exactly.
In that it's not that you're not reducing the mass of the unit to give you the boost. It's the optimal mass you need to increase.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which was kind of confusing initially because I was trying to get the initially 50 light years. It's like, why is it? I've got less mass, but I've got less jump range.
Yeah. Exactly. Looking at but that's the thing though, isn't it? It's very confusing to begin with. There's like so many stats and all, but like you said, within a couple of weeks, when it gets out there, people have websites detailing each one of these aspects.
Exactly. Yeah, and what will give you this effect, and this will give you this your benefit or negative or con, whatever. Yeah. So you can't obviously predict exactly what you're going to get, but you can. I bet you there'll be a copy of the engineer's results screen, which will give you you can plug in the values and it will say, well, this is the result you'll get.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will work it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what everyone is worrying about at the moment, is that it's really, really complicated, but eventually it will be nice and simple. People will make third-party tools. It'll be it'll be figured out.
Oh, Tarjaz saying there's a bug with thrusters that now makes an eagle go like 19,000 meters per second.
How do I reproduce this? I don't know why. I just once.
But you wouldn't be able to control it.
I'd give it a damn good go.
Yes. So, yes. So, how are you finding the combat now?
The combat, I haven't had a chance to do much. Like I said, I've had about 30 minutes, but I did have some fun on it last week. I mean, I really enjoyed the way that they feel now, the way that they're kind of trying to avoid you, the maneuvers they're doing now, like the split, especially on the surface as well. It was just one single battle. And I know a lot of people have been saying about it on the forums, are saying, the battles seem drawn out now and they take a lot longer, they seem a lot more effort for the same bounties. But again, I think it's the same old argument that people look at it is this action worth doing for the amount of time it gives me to get that amount of credits?
It's been maxing, isn't it?
Exactly. That's the immediate reaction of someone. It's like, is it worth taking part in this battle, which is going to take 20 minutes of my time to get 150,000 credit bounty, risking a 3 million credit rebuy or whatever my ship is for that amount of time, and then people are kind of saying that's a bad thing, and I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, well, you've just had 20 minutes of a really awesome fight.
Yeah. But does everybody want that? That's the question.
That's the thing which is always going to be the tricky
Yeah,
balance,
it's
isn't
that
it?
balance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
would you? How do you make it fun, or do you make it challenging, or somewhere in between?
And I think it's one of those things that you're never going to be able to satisfy
No,
everyone. You know,
no, no,
everyone
no.
wants a different experience
Yep.
for the game. I mean, last week I
Yes.
think it was just that I think it was a dangerous cobra or something that attacked me near the surface. I thought it was awesome. I mean, the fact that he was there
Yeah.
doing like split S
Uh-huh.
moves and,
Yeah.
like all these maneuvers and stuff, absolutely fantastic. And you know, it was one of the longest battles I've had with an NPC. It took a freaking long time just to get his shields down and get into
Aye.
really, really enjoyable. But I can imagine how some people just want a quick battle and
Yeah.
be done with. And I
Yeah.
think it's really going to depend on the player. They're going to have to pick the battles that they can enjoy rather than rushing and trying to get the biggest, juiciest
Yeah.
targets and all that stuff. So
I mean, hopefully, now that the AI scale with their rank, the bounties might correspondingly increase or decrease, depending on their ranks.
yeah,
So, if you do take out that elite anaconda, then you'll be rewarded for it.
yeah.
It may take you 20 minutes to kill it, but you'll get like a 5 million credit bounty or something.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that needs to be readjusted now. That's the thing which is, it's always going to be difficult because I think the same thing happened a while back. I can't remember which version it was. It was 1.3 or something like that. The NPCs got a considerable upgrade in their
Oh,
abilities.
yes. Yeah, they did. And it was what the?
Yeah, it was like,
Wow,
oh my goodness, yeah, suddenly they were a lot
Yes.
harder.
Yeah.
And then I think shortly after that, a patch came out which massively bumped up all the bounties. So I think
Yeah.
the same thing needs to happen again. Of course,
That's
it's
it, yeah.
different teams dealing with different things, and I'm
Yeah,
sure Prime
exactly.
can confirm this because everyone
Aye.
always looks at what like SJA is doing with the AI, and it's like, oh, why have they made it so hard? And it's like, well, yes, the AI is reacting more like a human player, but okay, perhaps now the rewards need to be looked at to make it more worthwhile.
Yeah,
So
and and now we've got engineers. I mean, playing with some of the weapons. Oh my lord! I mean, I've messed around with the Corvette, and I've got the two Mahusiv quad cannons because they are quad cannons, rather than Gatling guns. And then I've got burst lasers on the rest of them, but I've got different effects on pretty much every weapon.
Oh, yeah, all the different.
So it is literally like I am firing rainbows. So I've got heat damage, I've got armor, shield penetrations. I think I've got pretty much most of the different special effects you can get on the weapon across all 8 hard points. You hit a ship with it, and it's like shields just go, and its holes go. It rips things to pieces. As long as you can get them in range,
Yeah.
and you can keep on them, you pretty much take most things out relatively quickly. Bigger ships, so much easier to kill now
Yeah.
with bigger ships.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Tarjan's in the chat. He's been flying around in an Eagle, taking out anacondas.
In an eagle.
In an Eagle, yes. He's had a few close calls, but he's literally just like flies off.
Back out, yeah.
Turns
Out
around.
of range.
Yeah. Lets your shields come back up, and it takes a while, but you can do it. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's good to hear that is possible, and people are trying to do that because that's something I think that Sarah was worried about when she was making the
Yeah.
AI changes. Of course, you can make the AI the best things in the world, but the problem is big ships are always going to have an advantage if they're kitted out with all of the best toys.
That's it. You chuck some tires on and this, that, and the other.
Exactly. So there's only so much you can do to make a small ship survive that, and that was one of the things she did in the first pass of it, which was the run away, get out of range, wait for your shields to recharge behavior, which everyone decried as the worst thing ever. And it's like, but if you were a human in that situation, that's exactly what you do.
But then it comes down to the fun factor.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to get to. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
a question of balance, and it's the NPCs are there as targets. They're there to make the game fun. Yes, that's
That's
fine.
it. Yeah,
You
I mean, you play games to have fun at the end of the day.
Exactly, and that's where the balance needs to come in. Is,
Yeah.
you can make the AI the best in the world, but sometimes you need to make the AI kind of a little bit
Yeah.
stupid and just stay in your target site, so you've got something.
Well,
you
it's,
do.
it's like with the flight model. They could make it as it would be in real life. If you're flying a ship in space, this is how you have to fly it. but people wouldn't enjoy it. It wouldn't be fun for people.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's more like an airplane in an atmosphere. The way it reacts, it's awkward. It's difficult, and it's never going to be pleasing everybody.
Yeah. But we expected that. I mean, that was it happens every single.
It's still fun though. It's still overall, it's still fun.
Yeah.
And people change. People get used to it. Or they'll just find something else they enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's. To me personally, I love the small ships. They're nimble. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
What's that? DJ Tartan got the link on there. Is he?
That's to the video, I think. For the 19K speed video.
I can't see the link.
I don't know. Where did he put it? I don't know. I can't see it either. It's gone. No, he can't have posted it.
Does it?
I don't know. Well, I can't see it.
We'll have a look in the but yeah, no. Yeah, everyone's got their own personal favourite on things, and I think that's you got to just play with the one that you find fun. That's the way to do it, really.
Yeah.
It's, if you're not having fun with the smaller ships, get a bigger ships. If you think the big ships are slow and cumbersome, it's like, well, yeah, they're bigger ships. Try a smaller ship. Find something you like to play on them. There we go. DJ's got it now. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, let's turn the volume down a second. There we go. Can we get this? 19 kilometers a second, you say?
Jesus. 19 kilometers a second.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What did they do there? 700. So how does this bug work then, DJ? Let's look at this. 900, there you go. A kilometer a second. Is that like you're thrusting up and forward at the same time with flight assist off? That looks like you're doing there.
Jeez. Wow.
That's fast. That's going really fast.
That is fast,
I'm in the way of the thing. Hang on, let me see. 4,000, 5,000. The pilot's starting to black out now at this point.
Yeah, the heat's going up as well, which is rather scary.
Yeah, that's...
So it's with the thrusters, you're saying? Crikey.
That looks like flight assist.
There's obviously some weird bug there because the heat is going through the roof.
Yeah. The thrusters are maxing.
Well, something's overloading the heat sinks.
I'm tempted to see how far you could push that if you had some heat sinks on there just to keep it down. Where you go? 16,000.
Oh, can you imagine if you trick out the eagle at the engineers?
Yes.
And then you put like the dirty drive tuning on the engine.
So which one do you reckon is better? Because I've got the clean drive tuning. Do you reckon the dirty
dirty drive tuning I think gives you a slightly more top end.
Do you reckon? Let's have a play with that then.
I think that's how it works. I could be utterly wrong.
See, that's the thing I found is a little bit confusing about it. It's like I almost want to get two of these things side by side and see what the difference is, because dirty and clean, even when you click on them, it doesn't give you a big. The description at the top doesn't give you any.
I mean, I've read some of the descriptions of the actual upgrades. It's like, say what? It tells you what they do, but it doesn't really tell you what they do.
Yeah.
Boot time and startup time. It's like, hang on, because you look at I think it's the shield cell banks. It says boot up time and start sequence or something. It's like, are you talking about the boot up sequence for the actual module, and then also the actual time it takes to charge up the shield cell? Yeah. I'm sure that'll be tweaked.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure it'll be tweaked.
It's lovely to see all the stats. So
yeah. But there's one thing I'm missing.
What's that?
On the outfitters, the compare module to module.
Yeah, good point actually. Where did that
go? It's gone. There's no room for it.
Well, yeah, because there's so much in that interface now. Damn, that's a shame, because that was really useful to see the different stats.
I mean, you can flick between the two modules if they're on, let's say, that part of the screen. I think your cut module always stays at the top, so you can go bink, 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 and you can sort of they would change, but you can't actually see. You can't compare one to one.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, but
But yeah, I mean that's the problem, isn't it? It's just can't squeeze everything possible
No.
face on it. Let's give that one a try. That's a nice big boost on it.
Go on then.
I see the thing from Prime there. He's saying that that bug is an artifact of how Elite's flight model tries to take realism and made up physics and glue them together, and you end up with lots of cracks where the two meet.
So it's one of the oops. What moments is it?
Yeah, oopsie. But yeah, I mean, I can understand that. That's the problem. Again, it's that, like you said, it's the balance between realism and making something fun. You've got to kind of, you can start with like physics and realism as a base and kind of build on that. But you soon find out that, I mean, I've done it when I've built games before. I'll do something which is like, I did this pretty accurate simulation of like suspension and a friction model in a car, and I was playing around with it, and I was like, I was quite pleased that it was quite realistic, and it worked quite well. But I found that it was just a real pain in the backside, and it just wasn't that much fun. The car felt really sluggish, and it wasn't any fun to drive or anything like that. So then I kind of ripped most of it out, gutted it, and just put some like just basic curve, which was like a fudge factor between the friction coefficient and the downforce of the car. And it just felt so much more fun because I got something which was,
playable.
Loosely, exactly. And that's the thing that people don't realise, I think, and they look at games, it's like they all demand it to be realistic and perfect, and it's like, well, no, you don't.
No. I mean, have you ever played Armour?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously it can't be real life, but I think it comes somewhat closer as if you were actually out in the field with a weapon.
Yeah. It's a pretty good simulation.
Yeah. You're crawling along, you're in grass or something, and next thing you know, you hear a gunshot, and you're dead.
Yes.
It's like, well, where did that come from? I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's it. That sounds like my last experience of DayZ, actually, which is built on Armour engine, isn't it? And
and it's based on real physics. And if you can see something, and you've got the weapon that can hit that far, then you can kill someone if you get the right shot.
Yep.
And it's like,
which is fantastic for the person on the blunt end of the gun, but
yes, but not on the point end. No. So you can have things, I think, sometimes too realistic in games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I always say. I mean, I always joke about the B word. I always say balance, but it is absolutely right. You need to strike a balance between so many different areas. That is 90% of the HAL that you go through in game development, is getting all of these things to work together in a nice, coherent way, and that's what beta's all about, people. That's
Exactly. That's we're there to find the bugs that the QA team can't find because they haven't got the time to try the stupid things that people will try
in an entire galaxy.
Exactly. Yes. Like trying to get your Eagle to go 19,000 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. I'll try that. Let's get onto the other side of the planet where it's bright. We'll give that a go.
I'll do it in the dark.
I can't see.
That makes it more fun.
Let's see if we can.
But I wonder if it only applies to an Eagle, if it will work on other ships.
Good point, actually. Yeah, it might be a bit of a thing because again, that's each ship has got its own unique kind of setup on there, so maybe it is.
Yes,
maybe it's something to do with that. Sir Pep Stench, I don't have any shields. I can't power up my shields because I don't have any. I've sold them. For maximum speed.
It's less faster speed. And Max said a little up. He said dirty tuning is higher top end, but clean is better acceleration.
Oh, I see. That's how it works. Right. Well, that's fair enough. If that's the way it works, that's the way it works. But again, I think it's with those descriptions, isn't it? It's like once everyone's used to what they mean, there won't be any more questions. But for the time being, it's quite confusing. I think when people look at it, it's like, what does that mean?
But I'm guessing there's going to be something like a Coriolis type web page.
Yeah.
Where it'll all be on there.
Coriolis is going to have a major overhaul now, I think, isn't it? It's a fantastic website. It's served us well, but it's...
it has, and it's still serving us well. But it's going to be crazy.
Absolutely. Oh, DJ just said, that the bug works on all ships, doesn't it?
Oh, does it really? Can you imagine doing that in a cutter? You got a James Memorial, haven't you?
Yeah, so we can head over there and we can grab that.
Load up some heat sinks.
Yes, that might work. Gilsoys, I think, when does Engineer go live on it? Well, as soon as the beta is done, my friend. And
did they not say June?
I think it's gonna be a while, isn't it? I think the beta
because it was pushed back by a month. They said it's coming out in June.
Yeah. So we got we're in the second phase of beta at the moment, which is the mayhem.
And then we've got what's the last phase 3?
Was it? Is it? I forgot the word now.
It begins with an A.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse could be, yeah, might be.
Something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
began with an A. Yeah. Anarchy or something.
Anarchy, yeah, maybe that's it. Anarchy, yeah. Complete chaos. Everybody gets bounties on their heads. Everyone tries to get the biggest bounty they possibly can. It's going to be just totally crazy.
Except, of course, I will be going out towards the depths of space.
Oh, is that what you're going to do? You're just going to...
Yeah. I mean, I can jump 49. I can jump 98 light years with 100% FSD boosts.
Of course, I forgot about the boost as well on top of your ridiculous range.
Yeah. Well, I have actually done a 103 light year jump.
Oh, gee whiz.
I could theoretically get 104.
Wow.
In one jump.
That is insanely fast. That's
so... Yeah, I want to go out there.
You got See how quickly you can get to Beagle Point and how much further you can go than Beagle Point.
but once, because what you'll be able to do this in live, maybe not quite as high, but you should be able to get a good 45, 46, 47 lights in an Anaconda. Buckyball runs, anybody?
Oh yeah, I was going to say the Buckyball runs are now going to be a completely different ball game.
And if you can plot a route to Sajay in one go.
Yeah, that makes it so much easier. You don't have to keep going into the map as well. That cuts down on the time. That's suddenly going to bring up a whole bunch of new challenges for people, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of challenge, I forgot that racing towards the sun with the lens flare in my face is not going to be easy. Yeah, we're going to have to...
No, because it's kind of bright. We're talking of which, the arc on the stars now.
Oh,
have you noticed how different they look?
Yes, just that, like the whole brightness curve of them has been adjusted, so you can see all of the effects rather than being washed out. Love it.
You got even like white dwarfs now look different when you drop out. You drop into a system.
I know.
They look really, really pretty.
So good. Whoa. Okay, that hurt.
Yeah,
that hurt. I couldn't see that coming.
Oh.
Really shouldn't race on the dark side. Let's see. So how do we reproduce that bug then? Do we just flight assist off and 551 meters per second? That's insane. No, I can't seem to reproduce this. How do we get this to work then, DJ? I can't get it to work unless it's been patched.
Possibly.
I'm quite happy with 551. That's quite good. I'm pleased with that. Lights. I did have my lights on Gilsoy. That was the problem. I was so far from the surface, and it crept up on me so quickly. I didn't see it coming. So which is a real shame. But
I'll tell you something which is rather scary. You're coming to a planet on the night side, and you're approaching a base. And you're coming in orbital cruise and you're dropping down, it goes into glide mode, and you're accelerating at 2,500 meters per second, or whatever the value is, towards the base. And you come out of glide at 6 kilometers from the base. Yes, you're that close. You can request docking. You even bypass the new engineer, the new ATC, but you bypass that because you just go. Yes, and if you're doing it in something like a cutter or an Anaconda, it's like, oops, I need some new underwear. It's not a good experience, believe me.
Because I noticed that as well. Because obviously the dropout of various things like signal sources, I think the locations now is based on the gravity well of the nearby gravity wells in it, so you can drop it quicker. I asked Prime this the other day, and I said, okay, so it's variable. He gave me this answer, which is very eloquent. I said, so it's variable. Right, okay. Yeah, it's complicated, isn't it? It's complicated.
Exactly, it's complicated,
Something to do with the gravity well that you're in.
And the mass of the ship, something. One time I'd drop it like 5 mm's, another one is like under 1,000 mm's. It's like... Let's say it's variable, shall we? Leave it like that. Thank you.
Divide the science by the hand wavium and it comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah. It's magic.
Love those things. What did I miss in the chat? Sorry, my friends. I don't know. The Master 303. Now that we were just talking about that, I think the release date is going to be in June. There's no final.
That was the
date.
last. That was the last thing they said in one of the newsletters and the broadcast. It was June. Yeah.
Greetings, Roddenberry. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching the videos. Appreciate it. There was someone. Was Ecos was asking. Yes. Why am I going so fast? Because I have a heavily modified Imperial Eagle with like nothing useful you can do in it whatsoever, other than just go really, really fast. Because I like going really, really fast. It's good.
Exactly. It's because it's beta and we can do silly things.
Exactly. I just realised I was doing 551 and I had a hull full of fish. I should have sold them.
Oh no, you numpty! No, we'll just dump them.
Just throw the fish away.
Yeah, just throw the fish away. Yes.
We need to find a fun place with some canyons. If anyone knows any canyons near to this system, where can we go? Where can we go? Let's have a look. Oh, prominence. It's an artifact of how we adjust the ship's ventral thrusters to increase power and combat gravity. I believe not yet patched. Still, I stab it next week. There we go. See, it will be fixed. It will be fixed.
Yes.
See if we can find. We want a nice little planet with lots of. Let's try this one. Oh, route plotting failed. Why is that? Let's go and have a look. Should be able to get there. Ooh, have I broken the plotting thing by now doing this stupid kind of...
Possibly. Possibly, maybe.
Yeah, I think I have.
I'll wait for the stream to catch up.
Oopsie. Yeah, I think because I plotted a ridiculous route that I shouldn't have been able to plot, I now cannot plot a real route until I jump somewhere. Let's reset the filters. Let's try and manually jump. Wasn't me. Oh. I've really broken it. Oh no, I haven't. No, I know. I'm a moron. Sorry, ignore me. I know what I've done. I lightweighted my eagle, didn't I?
So you got.
I got a shitty FSD that can't jump.
You wazzock.
6 light years, yay!
Movie.
Let's go check an FSD and I can do it. I forgot about that. I got that. It's all about the speed. It's, why do you need to travel at all in a spaceship? Why do we need to do that? What's that DJ saying? Yeah, you can use 4 torpedoes to take out an Imperial cutter with prismatic shields and kill the power plant with that. Torpedoes, yay! Big booms.
Are torpedoes affected by PDs, pair defense weapons?
Yeah, you got the point defense. You got the ECM. I think affects their targeting now. So
because I kind of heard that ECM's going to get a nice little bit of loving.
Yeah, because I've said that just before 2.1 hit actually, and I'd love to see more people using ECM for reasons. I'm hoping people are arranging to kind of do that testing between players, because I think that's something that needs to be thoroughly worked out. But I like the idea that people are going to have to start thinking, especially in the bigger ships as well. You're not going to be able to just max them out for damage. You're going to have to start thinking about using all of those utility mounts for the ECMs and the point defense.
Who's time jugs out?
What did he do?
Someone time jugs out for like 10 minutes.
Who was that? Who did that?
Oh no! I just told him to shut up because that's what he tells everyone else to do. I think someone might have thought he'd be rude. He wasn't. He was being funny.
Oh, junks.
Let's see if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to undo it.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't have any of the. What's that?
I don't know if I've got the to do it. No, I've unbanned him.
There we go. Cool.
He did it for 10 minutes.
Oopsie.
5 seconds.
Exercising his power. Swing that mighty hammer of ban.
I've unbanned him. I don't know. Give someone a sword and it goes right to the heads.
Well, yeah. True.
Yeah.
That's dear. DJ said now that you can fly an armoured Imperial Eagle in reverse, dropping mines, and then a stock further lance can boost. I'm not sure. What's that? Bruno said torpedoes calls pants discoloration. Oh, dear. There we go. Now I can plot a route. I haven't broken it. I was being a numpty. There we go. Let's head on over 363. We can head on now. It's been a long day.
I can imagine.
Okay.
I can imagine.
Right, where is... How close can we get to Sol, actually? Can we get anywhere near... Because I know the... is it Triton? It's got those ridiculously awesome canyons, hasn't it?
No, it's one of Uranus's moons. I think it's Ariel.
That's the one. That's the one. Let's see if we can get there. Let's see if we can get there, because that's got...
Why do I remember these things?
It's got... See, I have this. I need the big elite notebook. Which is like all of the crazy things I found in there. Yeah.
I just remember them.
I'm useless.
It's
I'm
scary.
useless. I need to do just notes everywhere.
Well, that would be actually. That would be really good because we're now with the art pass and the FSP boost. You can crank things up to the max. Whereas before you couldn't necessarily.
Yeah. Oh, they've got no fuel tanks here.
Have they got?
That's useless. That's useless. I'm gonna have to stop.
One neat fuel scoop. Why don't you self-destruct and go back to Jameson?
We can get a different ship.
Yeah, because was that your start point?
Yes, I think so. I think it was. Maybe.
Because you'd an alpha backer, so you would have.
Yeah, I should have got it. Let's buy a. They've got no sidewinders here. Never mind.
Just self-destruct your Eagle.
No, it's my precious.
Well, you could buy another one.
I can leave it here. It's my precious. Yeah, but I got really good boost bonus on it, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to sell it.
It's not going to last.
I was gonna say it's when it gone in a couple of weeks when betas.
Exactly. Yeah. Although saying that, I have got 2 anacondas, so I could keep on trying to get a higher and higher FSD jump age.
Just keep trying. But that does raise an interesting point, though. That really is going to make you think twice about discarding your ships now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
everyone
definitely.
used to do it all the time. You just kind of just...
Well, I tend to keep mine.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I do kind of get attached to some of them, but then I realise that I'm like, well, I've finished with this particular style of play, and then I just kind of end up selling it. And
But I still got my Cobra. I got when I first started. I've got 2 asps, 2 pythons, a 30, an anaconda, some haulers that were used as shuttles. So I keep my ships,
I'm just.
Oh, I mean mine and Niner as well. Got that.
Oh, that you've got to keep that. You've got to keep.
Yeah, I will be buying me rock cutter as well when it goes live.
So I'm just trying to make myself feel better for accidentally selling my Federal Assault ship the other day.
I remember that. That was fun. But sad at the same time.
No, it's like, if there was one ship I wanted to keep, it was the one that I made elite. It's like, that's it. I'm done. Here, have the keys. That's it. No more combat for me.
Yeah.
Never mind.
No sentimentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. What's that Junks is saying? You might be banned again. I can ban you again if you want, Junks. Click.
Yeah. No, Cornish Cracker, yes, they do persist through death.
Yes, yeah. You still you keep your upgrades on there, so it doesn't matter if you blow up. But if that's what I was thinking. And if I blew up that Eagle and then picked the Sidewinder insurance, then the Eagle would have been thrown away, wouldn't it? Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
At least if I leave that there, it's there, and I can go and get it.
Yeah, if you want to. Which kind of storage space?
Yes. Yeah. A hot topic at the moment.
Yes, not only for modules but for commodities. Because obviously, I can
and materials in general, just
yeah. So even if it's only the engineer bases.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a small ship like an Eagle and you want to upgrade it, you may not have room to carry commodities that the engineer needs.
This was the thing I was thinking. Yeah, when I jumped in the Eagle today and I wanted to take it over to the engineer base to outfit it, I was thinking the problem is I want to outfit it with all the best stuff I can get.
Yes.
To take there and then upgrade it with the modifications. But if you can't physically get to those locations because you've maxed out the jump range is just not good enough to get there, it's like you end up in a bit of a pickle then. And I suppose that kind of plays it. It's like, do you allow people to have the storage space, or do you do the other thing which had been hinted at, which is allow them to move their ships?
Yes, yeah, you have ship delivery there, but then you still have to have that ship active and have the commodities like the new metal that you can get, that paracelium or whatever it's called.
Yes, yeah.
Which seems to be quite common in engineered blueprints. And what if you need 3 tons of that, but you can only fit a 2-ton cargo bay? Because all the other equipment you've got on the ship have been upgraded.
Yeah, exactly. And then it becomes this nightmare thing of you're in a big ship with all the commodities, but you want to upgrade one of your ships that you've got stored somewhere. Even if you bring it there, it's like...
Yeah, you can't transfer the ship to another ship because you've got enough cargo space on the ship you want to... It goes.
You almost... Yeah, exactly. And then it comes down to that. It just makes so much more sense for the players to have a stash of stuff, that they can put somewhere in the galaxy, and it's their stash, So.
I think simplest answer is for the engineers: you buy or rent storage space off of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
just get charged an amount of credits, for that storage, and it gets taken out of your account automatically, every week of game time. As an example.
Yeah, exactly. Ticking over along with the power play ticker.
So you can get your big ship, you can go out mining, get all the materials you need, go to an engineer, drop them off there, pay the money, and they're there, and you don't even have to have them on the ship.
Yeah.
You can take whatever ship you want and go, right, okay, I've got this in storage, I'll upgrade that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that makes sense. I mean, you're limiting it to the 30 engineers, whatever it is. You're not allowing it to be every single station in known space, which would be a nightmare. So I think that's probably the best of both worlds. It's the simplest solution. The problem is that that's we say simple. That's probably going to be a nightmare for FTED to implement something like that.
The back end of it, I have no doubt would be a nightmare to code, and you've got the UI, the team that get in, then the art team got to get involved. You've got to get the coders in, you've got to get the designers in. They've got to talk to each other, and
not going to be an easy job, but it's definitely, I think it's the way forward for that. It's going to be the most sensible way of doing it, because as much as like Prime said as well about the things being changed for the material storage. I think Mikey as well. He said that the mats are now double. They are double now in this beta.
That's only an interim measure, though, apparently.
Exactly, and I think that's where you start going into this territory then, where you're looking at and you're thinking, well, it just makes so much more sense to allow players to be able to store it at these sites and say, this is your stash of stuff that you get.
Yeah.
I think that starts.
People have wanted module storage for a long time.
Yeah.
And now with engineers, it's even kind of more
almost
urgent.
Yeah, it's like you need it in order to effectively use the system. Otherwise, it becomes a real nightmare. And
unless you've got a big ship that you want to upgrade, you're kind of screwed almost.
Yeah. Suddenly you hit a brick wall because you can't. The little ships, you can't get the upgrades, and that's the ones that really need the upgrades. Those are the ones that you really want to play around with.
That's
so you get.
I mean, anything up to a certain size, you're going to struggle to maybe upgrade everything that you want to upgrade. But I'm sure they'll come up with a cutting solution.
Yeah, absolutely. There's still time. 2.1 is not released yet. There's still time.
No. We still have time. Yes, we've still got a few weeks left. So get coding.
Yes. And get testing. Everyone else get testing. Find more problems.
Yes.
Right. We have enough. We have enough to get to the Sol system now. So let's head on now. What did we miss in chat? Cornish Record, really love it if FTED did away with all the limpet controllers and offered a master one which you can program limpets to whatever you need, so you can choose between prospector, fuel transfer, collector, and hatch breaker.
But then you got to have some sort of negatives to things. You can't have everything uber.
Yeah, and again, it's that question of balance, isn't it? It's okay. We all know it makes perfect sense that if some sort of control unit can run one program for a limpet to do one thing, there's no reason why it couldn't be programmed to do another thing.
Yes,
it's just software. At the end of the day, it takes up no space, so there's no reason to have modules doing these things. But other than the fact that it's balance, it's to make the
the other thing is if you're mining and you've got a limpet controller. And you want to do a prospector, you've got to go to a panel, tell it to switch it to prospector, go back to the main screen, find a prospector. Right, now I'm mining, and I've got a lot of, because now with 2.1 you get resources as well as ore out of rocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you prospect, you get more chunks out, and you get a lot of stuff now. You get a lot of stuff. The radar gets cluttered, and if you don't have enough limpets and you've got everything, if you depleted an asteroid, some of it basically expires because you can't get it quickly enough.
Yeah, yeah.
So you fire the prospector off, then you've got to switch back to limpets. What if your limpets run out while you're halfway through your mine? You've got to switch to another screen, tell it to program as a collected limpet, then fire. It will get kludgy.
It gets really messy. But I don't think there's any quick solution to that either. It's one of those ones which is it's got to make sense. It's got to be fun, and it's also got to like not be overpowered, like you said. If it's so damn easy to do these things that it takes away all of that functionality.
It's like having, when I was missing the other day trying to find barnacles, because apparently they drop loads of rare mats now, like for Jumpomium, and I was using the coordinate system to try and find where they were. And once you know where, back to the north, south, east, west on the headings, you can pretty much find any coordinate on the planet.
Yeah.
It's like saying I'm surprised people haven't asked for an autopilot so you can put coordinates in, and Prime said they have. But that will take away the whole point of.
It's a game where you fly in space, but I want to press a button so it flies in space.
It's just like,
you've got to know where to say, right, that's the cut-off point. That's where we say stop doing any more, because it stops it from being a game and it just becomes a slideshow. It's like, what's the point? There's got to be a challenge to it. There's got to
have to have some engagement with the game.
Exactly. So Stephen Usher say multi-purpose limpets would be worse than dedicated ones. I mean, we talked about this, didn't we, Toe? We said, maybe being able to have more limpets at once, maybe, or make a longer lifetime, or.
That's it. I mean, the weird thing is you've only got odd-numbered limpet controllers as classes. So it's 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
there's no 2, 4, 6.
Yeah. There's no in between one. And the other thing I think we were talking about as well, saying perhaps if it's small materials, perhaps the limpets could collect more than one before heading back. Something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
See where the balance is, so that they could gather more of the resource rather than them expiring and being wasted. I do like the new hyperspace effects.
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's bigger.
It's nice.
I know.
Look at that neutron star.
But I had a cutter, and I had 6 collector limpets. And getting a void, especially with medium resources, because they got the resources on it. It says low, medium, and high now. I couldn't collect them all. The limpets couldn't keep up. So you either have to
the rate at which
mine a quarter, wait, mine a quarter, wait, mine a quarter, wait, or have more limpets.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of those things. Like I said, it's that knock-on effect. So you change one thing, you massively improve one system, you bring all these new things, these new materials, all that stuff into the game, and then suddenly you realise it's like, oh crap, this actually makes this bit a little bit more of a faff now and really difficult to do. So I think that might need a little bit of tweak as well.
But then if you have more limpets collectors out, you've only got one cargo action to come into. Yes. So if you've got 9 or 12 limpets out,
it's going to be a bloody great queue of the damn things.
So it's finding that again, that balance.
Yeah. It's like it sounds like I use that word way too much, but it is. It's the most important thing.
It is. It describes exactly what's going on. Yeah. So
we will get there.
Yes.
Testing feedback. Get those things out on there, and that's the important thing at this stage, is to kind of talk through these things and get the threads up on the forum and kind of give the feedback to Frontier, because they don't have the opportunity to test every single possible crazy action that we decide to do, and that's the important thing. Oh, Abacus, yes. We've been waffling away for nearly an hour.
I know. We haven't done the newsletter. No, you better get onto that now, otherwise people will start complaining.
Let's bring up the newsletter on there. So I think we'll skim through a couple of bits and pieces on the newsletter. There's,
go for it.
From Sandro this week, so a couple of tweaks on the subject of feedback for 2.1. Am I a little bit quiet? Let me try and...
That's better.
There we go.
Closer to the mic.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sloping into my chair as my head is bleeding at the moment. So Sandro's given us some feedback on some of the changes which are going into 2.1. So we've got this diminishing returns for heat delivery weapons. So I think you've probably seen this, haven't you, Toad? Someone put up a video.
Yes.
I think it was about 4,000% heat.
Something along those lines, yes.
This is where everything in the game just starts going completely nuts, and it's calculating the heat dissipation of the ship, and it's going, yeah, you dead. That's game over. Game over. You dead. So a little bit of a tweak to the balance on those ones, so they're not completely deadly. It's nice to see that, and then also some changes to the Retributor. I can never pronounce that word.
The Retributor.
Paraplay weapon as well in corresponds to that, because of course this was a thing that I've flown straight past your.
Oh dear.
Let's turn around. Loop of correction. I thought I could hear it in the background. I could hear the Super Cruise change, and I was like, "Whoops! I've missed." I've missed. But so a couple of tweaks and changes to that, and the Retributor.
Yeah.
That one. Obviously, that was one of the Paraplay weapons which had some of the handcrafted enhancements on it. And now with all of these various changes and modifications that the engineers have brought in, it's kind of it's upsetting the balance of all these things.
Just a little,
and everything's having to change again. I did read a couple of people on the forum were saying about that how is this going to play it with? I've got this Paraplay thing there. How does this actually work? Because it's going to change it. And it's like, well, there you go. That's one of the changes.
The Imperial Hammer, the railgun.
Yes,
you can modify that at engineers.
There you go. Paraplay.
And I turned it in. I had the infinite ammo with the fuel.
I want that.
I had it on a Vulture, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And every time, if I fired once, I was fine. But unless I let it cool back down to 20% heat, every time I fired, I overheated.
Oh, shoot.
That's not the word I used, but it was close.
Yeah, it was close to that.
I think it goes from 20% heat to like 90% heat. And then that's it. You can't fire again unless you drop a heatsink.
Oh, my God.
Otherwise, it's literally you start cooking.
Well, that's an interesting edge case that you've managed to find.
Yes.
But that's great. That's what it's all about, is finding out these ranges of how you can do things like that. I mean, obviously, that's maybe something that they don't need to patch, but it's one of those things which is like, that's the absolute, like, if you can find a way of running a ship like that, then all power to you, sort of thing. If you can do that, but that kind of illustrates the limits of what you can achieve, I think.
Well, I had got some upgrade which reduced the thermal load, but it's still nowhere near enough.
That's just mad. That's like every time you fire, it's like you're flying a gun with a seat on the back, basically. Like, boom! That's it. Right now, I've got to wait.
It's almost like you're sitting on a miniature sun.
That's mental. I love it.
Yes.
Right, where is my landing bit? I can't see anything. It's too bloody bright in here.
That's the problem with these fancy stations. It's not that I'm colourblind, but the colour of the numbers is like that pinky colour.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it just seems to merge in with the background.
I can't see. It does look pretty, though.
It does look very pretty, but they should have a different colour, like a blue or red or something, that stands out.
Yeah, something like the blue, like the engineers use.
Yeah.
Mr. Jenks to say I'm driving under the influence. It's just Red Bull. It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes. Well, it depends on how many you've had, though.
Maybe a little bit. We'll see. What's that pronoun saying? It's possible to run an Eagle with triple Imperial hammers with the right mods to 3 weapons: Paradistributor and Paraplan.
Ooh. Yes, but is that without overheating and cooking yourself silly? Is that like turning the microwave up to high?
It's just like, you can do it, but you wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't be alive afterwards.
Yeah, but yeah, as long as you can.
That'll be able to have children.
Yeah, it's like the radiation output.
Exactly.
Just melts everything from the inside.
Hmm.
Royal Hanky, greetings, Commander. Nice to see you there. So back on with the news. Yeah. So another
Yeah,
thing
back on
on
the
there,
news.
which is this is something I know that Marcus Cross is he's in the chat and he was excited about this earlier on. The cannons have been
Yes.
improved.
Aye.
So naturally, a lot of these smaller ships are now boosting their performance, which I'm having great fun with. But it does mean that some of the weapons are now a little bit less effective. So the cannons have not only been boosted in their velocity, I think, but they've also kind of been there was a cap that was applied. I remember this from way back when. I can't remember.
Yeah.
It was 1.1 or maybe one of the early betas on there that the cannons were given a damage modification based on like a fall off
Right.
from the
So the bigger the
distance.
ship.
No, it was based
Oh,
on the
distance.
distance, the distance of the projectiles. So
Ah.
like, at a certain range, the cannon projectiles wouldn't do any damage to anything like
Yeah.
that. So now that's been removed. So
Right.
effectively, there is no damage fall off. So,
Gotcha.
if you manage to get a hit, you get a hit. That's it.
Right.
And obviously, the cannon projectiles are like a bathtub full of lead. So that's what they're supposed to be. So yeah, I think that makes perfect sense actually. Because
Yeah,
with the
it does,
smaller ships
yeah.
now, they're much harder to hit. If you do manage to
yeah.
get a hit with a cannon round, then fair play to you. You deserve that
I mean,
that
if
damage.
if you've got this big hunk of metal and you hit something relatively small and thinly hulled like an eagle,
Yeah.
it should do a fair chunk of damage.
Yeah, exactly. I would imagine that snapping my eagle into two little pieces.
What's that? These changes should help cannons find a place in the pantheon of kinetic weapons hard hitters alongside hosing multi-cannons and shotgun fragmentation cannons.
Absolutely, more Dakakas. That's what we
Indeed.
want. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
What the other change on the subject of railguns and Dakakas and all that?
Yes.
So the feedback cascade has been slightly softened as well, which is
Right.
I think as much as it was a fun effect, and I love the idea of just being able to
Yeah.
burst someone's bubble. I think this makes a little bit more sense. That yes,
Aye.
anyone who's firing off a shield cell is probably going to have very low shields anyway. So popping their shields was just a little bit overkill. So now they're just going to stop the shield cells from working
Right.
and possibly feed some damage into the shield cells, kind of feed it back.
Like an overload.
Yeah, it just kind of stops
Yeah.
the shield cell from working rather than destroying the shields. Because I can imagine there's a couple of edge cases which would possibly be a problem. Like if someone had like the top ring had just started to go a little bit red and they hit a shield cell out of panic or by mistake, and it started cycling, and then someone managed to get a lucky railgun shot on it and completely decimate their entire shields in one shot. That's a little bit kind of like, yeah, I can imagine that edge case being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, this is Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a welcome change, I think, on there.
Yes.
Also, I mean, we've already touched on this as well. The missiles have been drastically improved.
God, the missiles have just been getting update after update after update.
Yeah, and
And they're mad now.
there's so much fun.
Prime was telling me that he stripped the outside of an anaconda by hitting it with missiles. Like the engines are gone, all the external modules, the weapons and everything else are just vaporized, which is what they're designed now to disable rather than kill.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're for.
That it makes sense to me. That's brilliant because it doesn't immediately end a combat encounter. It kind of draws out a combat encounter, and then it drags you into a different style of gameplay. Like if your modules are starting to get disabled, you have to frantically think about how you're going to react to that situation instead. You're going to have to do something different, and it really does it brings in that sense of that you have to think more about how you're going to be operating your ship. So you're going to have to really think that. It brings that fear of the torpedoes and the missiles being something you have to worry about. So you're going to want your ECM and your countermeasures and your things like that to deal with missiles now. Really kind of pushes that side of the gameplay. But at the same time, they're not kind of like instant I win buttons, which I think was the fear when they first went in. I think that was when FDev put them in. It was like if they're as powerful as they really should be, then just people are just going to be popping small ships left, right, and center, and it's just going to the combat's going to be just quick and fruitless. You know what I mean? But having them do this, I think it's great because it really kind of it draws out that combat encounter.
That's it, because they're not penetrating the hull.
Yeah,
it's area of an effect.
Yes, absolutely, and I like that. I think that's a good way of doing it, so that they deal damage, but they don't destroy the ship in one go.
someone go having a discussion on the forums about the new missiles, and they've been hitting this. Yeah, I think it was an anaconda over and over and over and over again, and it's like, oh yeah, but the hull's not going down. It's going down really really slowly. This is in the beta, and then it's like Prime responded and said, yeah, it's exactly what I should be doing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like to basically disable your ship that you're attacking, so you can pop the cargo hatch on it and get the cargo, or maybe when first person comes in, loot, go on board and hijack it.
See, that was what's in the back of my mind. See, read my mind. See.
Yeah, see.
Speculation alert. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
See, this is what I was thinking. And I've said this several times before. Is my worry with the combat encounters is if they're over too quickly, it doesn't give anyone on board the ship any time to do anything to counteract it. Once you've got the multi-crew and stuff in, like I was saying just then, it's like your modules are starting to get disabled left, right, and center. If you've got someone who's looking after your systems as the co-pilot in there, maybe there's some gameplay mechanics they can do then. If you're getting hit by missiles, you've got that time to react. You're like, oh god, quickly, right, divert all power to the get the shields back up or something like that. And you can start messing around with the modules, doing a little bit of work there, some kind of systems hacks and stuff like that to get it to work, and that gives you some additional gameplay out of something by dragging out a combat encounter. And it's and I think that's some of the feedback I saw that I thought was like it was that there was no imagination or thought into it. People they're seeing the changes that SJ's done to the AI and they're saying it's like, oh, it takes too long to beat them and stuff. Right back to what I said right at the start of the stream tonight. And I think that's where you've got to think longer term, think down the line. It's like, yes, the combat encounters take longer now, but it means that there's more scope and possibility for things later.
That's it. But then, does it take that much longer on the combat, or is it just because people haven't really learnt it again?
I think that's what the problem is it's so new, it's so different that people are saying that it's no good, and it was just because they don't understand it. They don't understand how to use the new mechanics in such a way that it's fun and engaging in terms of combat. And I think that's what people have to be playing around with in this way. And it's difficult because if Frontier give too much away about how to do that, then there's no fun in discovering it. That's always the risk.
Oh, I don't know how to do this today. It was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing that everybody forgets, that discovering how to do it yourself is the most fun. Reading how to do it on the forums or going to something like one of the websites that does that. Oh yeah, put this, do this, do right. This is the ship loadout you want to do. This is how you want to do it. This is where you get it from. All that sort of stuff. And you're doing it by the numbers. And then there's no sense of satisfaction. There's no kind of I did that, and no sense of achievement. And that's the bit that people miss, because then they're raced through it, and it's like these people that kind of play a game and go through a complete walkthrough guide from start to finish, and it's like, oh yeah, I've done it in 5 hours. And it's like, yeah, but the guy that wrote that walkthrough played it for like 25 to get to that point and thoroughly enjoyed it. You followed the walkthrough step by step and raced through it in a fifth of the time, and then you're complaining the game's too short. And it's like,
that's right, What's this? Where did the complaints were from Conduit and equivalent pilots who just used the targets coming to them? I don't know. I tried to stay away from what I was working up with.
The where?
The Den of Iniquities. But is that just a small proportion of the player base who go on the forums? Is that, it's always hard to sort of what's the scope of the discontent?
Yeah, it's like is it the vocal minority or the the too loud people that always shout sort of thing?
Yes, but it is what it is. It's things change, whether you like it or you don't. Things change in a game, especially something like this. It's never ever going to be the same all of the time.
No, exactly.
Otherwise,
it's a moving target.
Bored.
Yeah, exactly. It's the thing. It's like they're changing things to keep the game fresh, keep the game interesting.
Yeah.
It's great. It does feel like a whole new game now. I've said that so many times in the last couple of weeks as well. But that's great. That's brilliant. So anyway, I think the only people that complain about it are the people that are averse to change and they don't like change, and that's that's just the way things are.
I mean, you don't have to like the changes necessarily. You don't have to agree with them, but what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Whinge about it, moan about it, have an argument with your mates about it, discuss it, and then just get on with the game.
So here's Prime 9. It's got a very good point on there. Sorry, I nearly
Yeah.
missed it. If missiles hurt, that's a sign that you need to trade out some shield boosters for a point defense gun or two. If you stack that kind of defense, you leave yourself vulnerable. And this is exactly
Yeah.
what I was. I see, so eloquent in his
Ah,
explanations on it, Prime.
Is it just?
But yeah,
It's like he's had practice.
yeah, almost, yeah. This is the problem I was saying, is that people max out one particular style of
Yeah.
gameplay and
That's it.
completely neglect other areas of the game. They don't use these
Yeah.
other things because they're like, oh, it must have the highest shield rating, must have the highest armor rating, and then they've got no space for these other modules and things
Yeah.
like that, and then they complain that, oh, I can't win against this certain combat situation. It's like,
That's it.
because you've loaded your ship out with max of this in that column and no
Yes.
defense for anything in this column.
Yes.
And I
There's
think
a thing called what's it? Adaptability.
yeah, exactly, and I think this is where 2.1 shines. Is it really favors people who have kind of a jack of all trades ship, something
Yeah.
which can do a little bit of everything and it's good in all regions, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It kind of pulls people away from these maxing out ships in that category or that category, because anyone who goes that far, it's kind of coming in with some kind of counter system which defeats
Yeah.
players trying to do those kind of ship builds and stuff like that. And that's fantastic, because those kind of extreme ship builds which we've been seeing for not only for PvP but the silent running builds and stuff like
Yeah.
that, those are the ones that
Yeah.
kind of make the combat one-sided and make it so
That's it. Yeah.
people end up just getting destroyed, decimated, because they've got no way of dealing with that kind of ship.
No.
Now there are all these different variations which allow that to level
it.
the playing field a lot, and I think that's
Yeah.
great. That's what it's all about.
I mean, the whole silent, running thing. It was never ever meant to be like that, from what the devs have said. The fact you can sit there for 10 minutes with your in silent running, firing your railguns.
Exactly, and it was never intended
Yeah.
that way. And
No.
we've always said that. I mean, right from the very start,
Yeah.
the module modifications that we're seeing now were something which was, initially penciled in for the release of the game, but didn't
Yes.
make the initial cut. So they've been,
No.
pushed back, and now we're getting them in. You're kind of seeing that. Yeah, if they had the time to do that in day one, combat would have been a lot more of a balanced playing field from the get go, and people wouldn't have had to have these little. Because
Yeah.
they've all these little tweaks and changes that come in. The shield sad booster's got that massive buff, and then suddenly they were like, "Oh my god, these things are way too powerful!" And then they
Let's
got brought
tweak it back a bit.
Let's give them a huge heat penalty when you use them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And this kind of like manual hacks and balances have had to go in to compensate for all these things.
That's it.
And now 2.1
Yeah.
kind of just says, right, yeah, everything's just a level playing field, and you just go nuts. There's just so many variations. You can't make these things. It's like the old rock paper scissors argument, isn't it? You
Yeah.
always have that can defeat
Yes.
that, and that can't defend
Yeah.
against that, and so on and
Exactly.
so forth. It just works.
Yeah.
What did we miss?
Turrets.
Yes, turrets.
Turrets.
New and improved turrets now with extra aiming capability. So the turrets have got a little bit of a damage and rate of fire boost on there as well, which is
Yeah.
nice, because I think with the smaller ships as well, obviously the bigger ships are going to really struggle to track their
Yeah.
ones, particularly with crazy ass boosting mechanics. That I've got.
Aye.
But yeah, it will help it with those on there.
That's
The ability to interrogate materials and recipes. I think this goes back to what we were saying at the start as well. Is that
That's right.
understanding what you need for the various
Yes.
schematics was rather difficult, wasn't it?
It gives you a hint of where you might possibly find X resource.
Yeah, which I think is going to be a nice thing, because
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. We're messing around with fish, which is nice and
Yeah.
easy to do. But it's always that kind of again, it's that you want it to be a hint, but you don't want it to be a
Yep.
go to system X to get thing Y, bring it back here, because then it's
That's
just,
it.
just a fetch quest.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You don't want that. What's that?
And ice mining more profitable.
Ice Mine. Yeah, I'm just glad that Ice Mine is even in there.
I know. Have you done any? Have you had a chance of doing it? I know you said you've only had about half an hour.
Quickly got a little bit of water and a little bit of playing, messing around with it last week and stuff. But I didn't have a particularly great mining ship. It was just a hauler.
Yeah.
I really do want to get back out and get some of those
It's
resources.
so pretty.
I know, it's so good. It's.
That's why I want to buy a rock cutter.
What? Oh, nice. I do like it. You're going to take Miner 9 right into an ice feeling.
Oh, I've already been out in the beta in a cutter.
Oh, in a
Mine
in a,
anyway.
in a mine,
Yeah.
in an ice ring. Oh god.
Yeah. Have you not seen my screenshots?
I was going to say, how many screenshots did you take?
A couple. Yes. So because they've upped the beam, mine and laser beams have been enhanced.
Oh,
the
is it?
colour of them. They're like a lot thicker now and a lot brighter
are they?
purpley
Oh,
pink.
I haven't played them.
And out there on the white of the cutter, it's just, oh, it's lovely. Oh, talking of which, the cutters have got new seats.
Oh, the I seats, the I commander seats.
These are the Gatamaya seats now. These are the proper Imperial bucket seats.
Oh, suits you.
They look lovely. It does. It suits me lovely.
I'm glad that's got. That was something I think everyone's wanted for quite a while.
Yeah.
Let's get that in there. We could head to Saturn. Saturn's got an ice ring. Although it's probably no, it's common reserves. We could do that. Let's
That's fine. That's
let's
fine.
grab a little ship and let's do some ice mining just to chill out.
Yeah.
What have we got? Type 7 maybe. I could chuck it in a Type 9.
Yeah, if you've got a type one, yeah.
Let's chuck it in a Type 9. Why not?
The minor niner.
I did miss a couple of things. Sorry, in the chat there. We've been. What's that? Prime 9 saying the difference between balancing is changing and beta 5 in some degree to reduce it, but Horizons players will have an advantage as it's the same as any game that extends level caps with an expansion. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Someone said the other day, if you haven't got engineers, will you be disadvantaged? And it's like,
That's a good,
yes,
good question. Yeah, it's
you will.
yeah. You won't be able to access the content that those players can. I mean, that was always going to be the case, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I did hear. I'm fairly certain that when season 3 comes out, whenever that may be, December, that you'll get season 2 included in season 3.
Oh, kind of like an incremental.
Yeah,
because you need it in order for it to work. Yeah.
Kind of, I think. Yeah, I might have misheard it possibly, but I thought that's what they kind of intimated, that you wouldn't have to buy. You still have to have season 1.
Yeah.
But every time they release another season, the previous seasons will be included in that later seasons. Yeah.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. I think doesn't World of Warcraft do something similar to that?
I think so. I haven't played Warcraft or done anything with Warcraft for ages, so
I'm pretty sure it does because what was the last one I bought? Was something like the Lich King, maybe. I think
that's the last one I had.
Yeah, I think I got that one, and I think that was the same thing. You bought the base game, you bought the Lich King expansion, and you magically had all of the other previous expansions as well, which is fair enough. I can see that is. It's kind of like this is this season's boost update on there.
Yeah.
ZR's1's asking, why is Triton still permit locked? If I recall,
reasons.
Reasons. I think in Frontier Elite 2 there was a secret military base on there. I believe there was.
Yes. I'm waiting for the moon to be unlocked.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because wasn't it because Earth and the moon had been in effect hand drawn that they weren't actually there per se?
Yeah, it's because they're not generated in the same fashion as you can't zoom in onto the procedural elements of them and get into them. That's the tricky part. I can imagine that is going to be an absolute nightmare in itself to get those things working.
I remember that Soul was handcrafted almost. It wasn't done off a Stellar Forge like everything else has been.
Yeah,
and Soul is a unique system in the fact that it's pretty much done by hand.
Totally handcrafted, every element to it, and the surfaces as well. And this is the thing. I mean, at the moment we don't have any other exoplanets that need surface maps done on them, because that would be an absolute nightmare on there. That would start locking off.
It would.
Although there was that discovery earlier in the week, wasn't there?
Yeah. I was just going to say that one you tweeted about.
Yeah, 1,284 new planets, exoplanets confirmed by the Kepler mission. So that's going to keep Michael Brooks up at night, I think.
Indeed, yes. We'll have some more KOIs put into the database.
Sorry, Mike. I know. He's going to be doing that for the rest of his life. I know. Every time Kepler makes an announcement.
What's that? Noodle says, well, kept changing their model. Sometimes updated with the latest, but with the 5th expansion, they shifted the 2nd into the base game. Oh, there you go.
Oh, they did it like that. They kind of bubbled it down. Yeah, I can imagine that would work. For people.
I mean, it must be a little bit daunting to someone who's just getting into the game like in season 5 or something, where they spend like 10 quid, 15 quid on Elite. Yeah. And then they've got 4 seasons or 5 seasons of upgrades to buy, and it's like 20 quid an upgrade. That's another 100 quid they've got to spend.
Yeah, that's like new. That's not. Yeah. Not feasible. If getting into the current season is the same price as just buying a single game, then that's understandable. Yeah.
But then could you just buy season 5, which is atmospherics with planetary, with life,
Yeah.
but not have horizons or atmospherics. Would it work if you didn't have season 3, say, which is first person,
Yeah.
but you had atmospheric landings? I don't know. I don't think it would work. I think you'd have to have all the previous expansions.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're
I
gonna.
don't know.
Yeah, it's. I don't see any other way it could work either.
Yeah.
It has to do that. I think. DJ Targent's got a good one there as well. Actually, saying that the problem is when 2.1 goes live, that NPCs will immediately have all of the crazy upgrades, but
Yeah.
players will have to work
Well,
towards getting those.
I don't know. I mean, will all the NPCs have all the upgrades?
I think some of the higher level like elite NPCs
Yeah.
will have the
And maybe
modified
some
stuff.
of the assassination missions might have some tricked out stuff, and things like in conflict zones where they've got the military, they may have access to things. Yeah, but I can't see that every single NPC will have a modified ship. I think that'll just be a little bit OP.
Yeah, I think it's going to be rare. I don't think you're going to see every
Yeah.
single ship coming at you full bore with all the
Yeah.
best stuff. That would just be totally
Yeah.
crazy. I think there's going to be the odd one or two.
Yeah, some may have minor modification. But don't forget, there's 5 levels of each modification in most cases, or
Exactly.
3 in some cases. So it's not going to be a ship's. All the NPCs going to be uber.
And
Yeah, some may be better than others or less than others.
yeah, and this is the thing as well, is that how we don't know how long it's going to take for players to get these modifications.
No,
at the
that's
moment we're just throwing fish at it because hey, that's nice and easy. But how easy is it going to be to gather these modules? I don't
Well,
think it's going to take
that's
people
it.
as long as what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying that it's going to be a huge grind to get all the materials you want. I don't think it's going to be that bad, to be honest. I've gathered dozens of the things just from prattling around, and I've had like less than half an hour of doing anything. I've not focused on it at all.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Charger, and he basically spammed rated the first level to get to the 5th level with material. Just upgrade, and he had no problem getting most of the materials. With some of the stuff is going to be rarer than the others.
Yeah.
Especially for the higher rate, level upgrades you want to get, which is as it should be.
Yeah, exactly. There needs to be a bit of a kind of a
Yeah.
incremental boost on it, doesn't it? Definitely, it needs to kind
That's
of work
it.
out.
But it's not going to take long for people to work out where things are.
No, no.
And then once you know where things are, it's just a case of persistence.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to take a long time if you want the perfect roles. If you just want a good art, it might take long. Exactly. And I can attest to this by when I did my anacondas. I mean, I must have gone through 300-400 tons of fish easily.
It's just
Yeah.
clickety, clickety,
Yeah,
clickety,
yeah.
clickety.
Because it's like, okay, right. So I've got it to that. I've got it to that. Right. Okay. But I've got the jump range I want, but I can't power the shields, the sensors, the fuel scoop, the thrusters at the same time.
No.
So I need to upgrade the power plant to be overcharged. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So I've eked another % out. Right. But I still need to get another 3% of power. Right. I've eked another % out. Okay, I need to get another 128 tons of fish. I've eaten another % out. And eventually I managed to get it, so I've got enough power to have the shields, the thrusters, the FSD, the fuel scoop, and the sensors active at the same time with a 2D power plant.
Right on the edge of functionality then, was it?
It is basically, I think I've got 99% power usage.
Just
yeah.
eking by.
Yeah, just
Crikey.
just enough. And I mean, I was literally just like, try again. Right, I've gone through 128 tons of fish. Try again. And it took a while. I mean, it is luck of the draw, really. You may, on that very first roll, get exactly what you need.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have been feeding back on that and saying this, the random stuff, but it happens. There's random elements in every game, I think, isn't it? It's just
Most games have some sort of RNG, you just don't see it.
yeah, exactly. I think when it's presented to you directly, I think that's what's caused people the pain here.
Yeah.
But, I don't think. I mean, like you said, it's the difference between 1% and 2%. Sometimes I don't think it's enough to. What are you doing? Oh, that was close. That was close. I think that was a federal assault ship. Don't listen to the ATCs.
I mean, in the beta, you can just, especially with the fish, you can just be stupid. And you can sit there for 2 hours, literally just going, roll again, roll again, roll again, roll again, to get the crazy things. Yes, you could do it in live if you're willing to sit there for that length of time and spend the time getting the materials to do it.
Yeah, I think DJ just said that it took him 10 hours to get the 2 rare elements he wanted. And I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like if you're happy to get a little bit of a boost and you're just kind of doing it casually, and you're not looking for the best, you're just looking for something which is an interesting kind of tweak. You do it once, you're happy with it, whatever it comes out to, that's fine. If you're one of these types that wants to absolutely finesse it and get the maximum you could possibly get, then you're going to have to put the work in to get the materials.
Exactly.
It's a kind of like challenge versus reward for doing it and stuff like that. So.
I mean, without much effort, I got my asp that which normally got a 30 light year jump range on it to 42 light years.
That's crazy.
Without sort of spamming the try agains. But I was quite happy with that. Double that. That's 84 light years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a little bit of boost, and you don't have to do it. That's the thing which I find really annoying. It's like people are looking at it saying, "I can't get what I want, and I can't max it out. It's not fair. I blah 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 all this stuff." And it's like, well, you don't have to do it. There's no one who's forcing you to go to that screen and use those options and do that stuff. If you don't like it, don't do it. Don't get involved. And then I think it then comes down to the only argument you hear in against that then is like, oh yeah, but other players do it and other players have then got an advantage over me. It's like, well, because they've gone and done it. So if you want that same advantage, go and do it. It's if you don't like the element, don't do it. But then you can't complain about not being able to do it.
That's it. It's like, oh, I don't have, I haven't got lots of money in real life. I can't buy all the Uber stuff I want. Yeah. What do you do for a living? I work at McDonald's.
Like, just go get a job.
You do something to make to get a better job. Don't just sit there and complain that you haven't got something. Go and if you really want it that badly,
work hard for it.
Go and do it.
Yeah, it's madness. I think a lot of times as people, they just want the easy option for something.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like if it was easy, it wouldn't be a game. It
would be a game. It just wouldn't be a very fun game.
Exactly. There has to be a challenge. There has to be a reason. It's all about that sense of fulfillment. The fact that you've managed to do it, you've managed to succeed against quite high odds to get something, and that's the point that people miss on it sometimes. They just want a nice and easy.
But then
high win button.
Different people want different things.
Exactly, and I think that's what you got to look at it is that if people are complaining that it's too hard for them, it's like, well, the only thing you can say to them is, well, go do something else that you don't find difficult on it. That's what you got to look at.
I mean, but then again, if you got a lot of people saying this is too hard or this is too complicated, same as if people say it's too easy or too simple. If there's enough people saying it, then you got to say, okay, well, is it?
Or is it just that you find that too easy or too difficult? And I think a lot of it is you always read that with opinions on it. It's like people always post opinions that they can only see it from their own point of view. You never see people that talk about it saying, I wonder how other people feel about this. I wonder how the majority of people find this particular thing. It's always, I don't like it because me, and that's how everything turns out on the thing. Is like, I think that's the reason why you see so many people complain about things. It's very hard to be kind of empathize for other people's points of view.
Or subjective about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh, right. So what else is in the newsletter before we get sidetracked yet again? I'm just trying to keep you on course.
Yes, sorry. Speaking of on course, I am. Let me slow down a little bit before I head this on. Yes, there is DJ Shoeslayer is doing an interview with Michael Brooks. Ooh. Although I did notice on this, and I haven't been able to get a confirmation of anyone, it doesn't actually say a date, does it?
No, I didn't notice a date. No.
So I'm not sure when that is, but you can
confirmed.
Head on over to DJ Shoeslayer's Twitch and give him a follow.
No, it does on there. From 10 p.m. BST.
Yeah, but what date?
Wait, date. Sorry, date. No.
Is that tonight? Is that after
Yes.
this? Let's all crash him after the show. Let's hopefully.
So watch a blank screen. Yes.
Yeah, just wait until it's 10 p.m. one day. Let's keep watching. But
Yes.
yeah, so that's going to be interesting.
Totally Saturday, says Millstone.
Saturday, is it? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. But yes, a date would have been helpful.
Yeah. I didn't have a chance to check. I mean, I was sort of on my phone as I was getting tea ready. And I was like, okay, right, okay. So Saturday, tomorrow. So if you're not already follow DJ.
Actually, no. Let's be let's be pedantic now. What Saturday?
Yeah, which Saturday?
Yes, just saying Saturday. There's lots of Saturdays in a year.
There's exactly. It's many Saturdays.
Yes.
Many more Saturdays to come. You know.
Exactly.
Have we already missed it? Was it last Saturday?
Was it last week? Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, terrible.
Dear.
Terrible. Oh, feedback stream 2.
Is that, yes, absolutely. So this is a really, really awesome. If you managed to catch the one last week with Sandro, yes, he managed to answer
which was fun.
60 questions. He blitzed
I know.
through them.
He did rattle through them rather quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people in the chat were saying, slow down, Sandro, slow down. And it's like, yeah, but if he slows down, he won't get through it all. He was flicking through the pages like mad, answering all the questions.
But then you can watch it back on YouTube.
Exactly. You can slow it down. You can wait for
Yes,
the
you can
transcript,
pause it and
listen to him again. And, you know, if you put him down to about 0.25 speed, he sounds normal when you do that. So, but some lovely questions on there last week. So don't forget, put a pin in your calendar for that one for next Tuesday. And watch that one because it's going to be some really interesting bits and pieces about 2.1. So many little things that people just miss. Like I noticed today, firing up on there, traveling in a system down in the bottom, about here somewhere, down in the bottom left of the HUD, near where your the nearest body you are. You get little indicators now saying if you're in a shipping lane and things like that.
Oh yes, you do. Oh, that's you know you've got the new ATC at the stations.
Yes.
Right. Have you parked outside a station and cranked up the volume, put it maybe into night time?
Oh, so you can? I've heard some of the low volume background chatter that happens in there, but
put it to nighttime mode, which enhances the low frequency the low volume sounds, and then crank up the volume. You can hear the conversations.
Oh, dude, I've got to try that. I love the little details like that. That's what I mean. There's so much focus on the engineers and the upgrades and the things like that. I think it's unfortunate that a lot of the other really awesome things that have gone in kind of get missed. But I've got to try that later on there. Just like little things like this.
Gox is saying he wants engineers, he can't wait anymore. Well, you can buy beta access for £4.99 if you've got Horizons.
Yeah, there you go. Is it gone down? It's gone down tonight. Was that in the newsletter tonight?
That was last week.
I thought it was $7.99.
That's $4.99.
It's gone to $4.99 now.
No, it's been $4.99 all along.
Let me check. Where did I see that? $6.99. Is that?
Oh, it's $6.99. I thought it was $4.99. Oh, $6.99. Yeah. Sorry, you were right.
I thought it was £7.
For some reason I thought it was $4.99, but yeah.
Discounted again. That's madness. That's madness.
Either way, $6.99 if you want to get a couple of weeks worth of beta.
Exactly. Gives you a little bit of a head start. Lets you kind of get in there and understand some of the mechanics in there because there is so much. It is an entirely new game.
Yes. It adds so much more to it. It adds another level.
Yes, a whole new layer.
Yes.
Slow down.
What's it? Marcus wearing on Marcus brings it up to another level. Adds another level to it. It's like, God.
Even more stuff, more things. What's that? Oh, DJ, the visual mods to the Cobra Mark III in the livery shot. I've not played with the. I know what you mean. I've seen some screenshots, but I've not played with it myself. I know that some of the ships have got a little bit of a tweak to the way that they look as well. So that's. I've left the outfitting screen now. Otherwise, I could have gone in there and show you.
Shadows.
I know, self-shadow.
I know. I know, little shadows. And you can see they rotate as well as the rocks rotate. It's beautiful.
It's so pretty. Let's see if we can light up this one. We're going on the dark side of one of these things. I haven't even got a prospector. There was no prospector controllers in that station anyway.
Oh, was it not? Never mind.
Bitstorm, yes, DJ's right there. There is the Mark III. I think it's been tweaked a little bit. I think all of the ships have had a little bit of a tweak here and there.
Yeah, they have here and there. I mean, say the cutter's got new seats.
Yeah, I've noticed a few little changes to stuff. I did go into a little signal source earlier on and found a destroyed sidewinder, and there was loads of new detail on that model.
Talking of which, I don't know if this is specific to 2.1 or not, but you know the barnacles on the Rope 5C? They're permanently destroyed.
No.
Yep.
Who did that?
I don't know. It was not me, because I was out there trying to look for the materials for the Jumponium, and I landed there, and all the spires are wrecked. The barnacle in the middle's fine, but all the spires are wrecked like they've been shot. But the artwork's different on them. It's either that or they've had an art pass. But yeah, they're destroyed.
Oh no! And was that in solo?
Yeah. Any mode.
No.
They won't be setting like they used to. So I think from what people are saying, it was only the random ones, the procedure generated ones, that are live now. Or any ones which are fixed are dead.
See, I told you people to leave them alone.
Yeah.
I told you. You didn't believe me. That's it. Whatever happens to you now, you brought it upon yourselves.
There is an issue about the ice mining. If you get too close when you're ice mining, your frame rate will just drop.
Yeah, I just noticed that. It's absolutely.
I think if it's anywhere else other than ice, it's fine. I heard it's a known issue and they are working on it.
Yeah, that was something. I think someone spotted that last week. Actually, I think was it Chris Hankey was actually in the chat, and he pointed it out to me on my stream. I think I put a ticket in for that one. But yeah, I'm just noticing it now. If I'm really really close,
if you as long as you're like 500 meters away, it's fine. But if you're literally kissing the rock, or in this case the ice cube, it tanks.
Let's see if we can come back a little bit. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's strange. Yeah, as soon as I'm about 700 meters away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you can still mine at that distance.
Yeah. I wonder if it's something to do with the level of detail. Probably.
I don't know. I don't know. It's only when you're mining.
That's a really odd
If you stop mining and go forward, it should be okay.
That's one of those really annoying edge case things where there's just something going on under the hood, where the particles at that level of detail are just using too many resources or something. And you can see it's slower.
Arathon, I would hazard most probably Tuesday, and I guess.
Ah, yes, Arathon. Yeah, you said you don't have any sound at the moment, so that sucks. That sucks. I know there was a change in the latest patch notes saying something about using one of the a different mode rather than using the Windows sound API. It uses a different something like that. There was some weird issue, and I noticed a couple of instability problems with that, particularly when I unplug my headphones and it switches over to the external speakers, that it would it sometimes cause the game to just completely crash, and I think that's related to that change that they've made there.
Here we go. My best guess, the impact effect for the mining beam with a nice suffix probably have way too many particles. Easily oopsied, Extra can cause that. There you go.
Yeah, one of the important things to know when you're developing a game, if it goes, if frame rate tanks when you're doing a particular thing like that, is to just do less of the things.
Yes, indeed.
You're trying to do 10,000 things in a frame. It's like, you less because you can't.
Actually, Arathon, I will disagree with that. Elite is easily playable without it being silent.
You can.
I play Elite quite often when I'm not streaming with no audio coming from the game because I'm watching somebody else's stream.
Yeah, I do that. Particularly when I'm exploring as well. I'll just kind of.
Even in combat, I don't have audio on.
I see where he's coming from, though. It is.
I do. It is coming from. Yes,
it is really really awesome. The same.
I mean, especially with the stuff that they've added into 2.1.
Definitely.
It really is really good.
It really does. It sells the environments you're in. I just noticed in there actually.
If you, I don't know how loud your volume is on the game, but when you mine the ice rocks, the sound is different.
Well, the sound that comes off, you get like the cracking and the kind of
yeah.
When I turn the volume up, normally I can hear all the difference there, sort of thing. But it's nice.
But it sounds different from like the metal on the rocks.
Yeah, definitely. That's nice. I love all those subtle little kind of.
I know. It's so cool. Really it's the attention to detail.
What's that? Chris Hackers, yeah. Toad is teaching me. See, Toad has had How much have you streamed this week? Probably about 20 hours already this week, and the rest.
And the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've had about 20 minutes, so
Yes.
I'm on catch-up mode at the moment, trying to get used to all the new things. And there is so much, though. I mean, that's the thing. There was so many things I was looking at that I wanted to try and show on the stream this week, and there's too much. There is so many cool things that have gone into 2.1, but
yeah, you could spend like 2 hours at the engineers.
yeah, exactly. I could sit there just
Quite
tweaking around in the menus, trying the new mechanics out and things like that. It's
Yeah.
There was I missed who it was in the chat, but there was something that someone said in the chat. It's completely branching off topic now, but they mentioned how like the wave scanner now has a purpose because you can get that FSD wake data and take that to the engineers as a useful data material that you can use there.
And talk to which, the wave scanner, the actual surface wave scanner, it's got its own volume slider.
Yes, I know. I saw that. I thought of you immediately. I was like, Toad's gonna love it. Yeah, it's like yes, you can tweak it. Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, and
so that shows that the devs do actually listen to constructive feedback.
Exactly. And I think that was one of the things I noticed as well. Is that I loved going around in the buggy, but I found that it was just really difficult to. You've got all the noise of the engine and everything else going on like that, and you're like, is that the signal? And I found it very difficult to hear it, which was nice. So it's nice that we can now tweak it.
Yeah. And also the menus, or the actual game menus, have all had an overhaul.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder if we.
Yeah. Even the controls, it's tight, and they've all got their own little sections.
Yep. There we go. Yay! So we're going to have to search around for hours and hours and hours trying to find those things, which is we've wanted that for so long. And again, like I said, like every single little thing that's in there, it is pretty much like I said, it's like a whole new game all over again because
that's it. Yeah.
It feels like it's just had that loving polish applied to every single aspect of it.
Yeah, and this is what they've said all along: is look, we've got the base game, and it works. It may not be as pretty as it could be. It may not be as functional as it could be, but it works. You can play the game. You can have fun. You can do things.
Exactly.
And then over time, it's like, right, well, this is now what we wanted it to be all along.
Yeah.
Now we're going to work on this bit. And this is going to, and it's just a gradual process of making the game even better.
Yes, exactly, and that's what they wanted to do for a long time. And it is just a question of time at the end of the day.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Can we put something out which will work and will be functional, or do we leave it and not do anything at all?
Yeah, exactly. So that it makes perfect sense. I mean, I really do love the way that Frontier are approaching the problem. It is a massively big and complicated game. It's something which it's going to take many years to get right, and they knew that from day one that it was going to be very, very difficult to get everything they wanted to get in the game. And the to-do list is absolutely enormous. We've said that many times before. But the fact that they're kind of approaching it in this kind of incremental, piece by piece kind of way, I think it's the only logical and sensible way of achieving that. Getting what they want.
Definitely. I believe that a game can get too pretty. I shouldn't have to have a GTX 970 that's quite struggle to play decent frame rates. You don't have to have that to get a decent frame rates.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's massively scalable. The engine it is so flexible that it can work on all kinds of hardware. I mean,
you can run it on a GTX 480.
Yeah, absolutely, and it still looks
get
fantastic.
30 FPS.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting, I'm on like the max ultra settings here. I'm getting over 100 FPS. I'm on a 970, and it's just insane. I could quite happily plug in a VR headset and not suffer any quality impact to the game whatsoever.
That's it. What card have you got?
I got the 970 at the moment.
Oh yeah,
which is it's pretty good. It's one of the good best cards today. I mean, you got obviously the 1070s, the 1080s are coming out very soon.
There you go.
Oh, I love one of those.
Primes has said most of the dev machines these days are GTX 770s, which run the game fine in an optimized build with most of the debug features turned on.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the cool thing about it. And I think it's another one of those difficult things with developing a game is you've got to identify your target audience, look at the hardware which is
the average common denominator.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't just aim for the best and most powerful PCs which are out there. That's just going to be completely you're narrowing your market down to a very, very minute number of players that can actually achieve it. That's suicide doing that.
and considering what the Cobra engine itself is capable of, with Elite as an example, if you had the hardware, you could get it to run at 32K res.
Exactly, you could ramp it right up on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that scalable with the textures because they're not hand-drawn textures; they're all generated on the fly by the game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and it scales perfectly. And Marcus Cross, he said that it started playing Elite with the 560.
There you go.
I had the 560 as well. I upgraded it to, I think I had the 760 last. That's now what my son has on a PC, so he can quite happily play Elite with me on the 760. And
What was it, Drew? He's got PCs for his two boys, and they cost like 250, 300 quid each.
yeah,
And it plays quite happily on those. They're not Uber machines. I think they're quite low spec machines. From what you remember him saying.
exactly. And there's, that's the important aspect to go for. I think is making your game capable of scaling to a wide variety of hardware. I think that's
Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I can play it at 4K.
Yeah, but isn't the UI like, you need a...
It's a little bit small, but it's still playable. I can still play at 4K,
Okay.
and it runs fine. I mean, I did sort of have to use the options in the game to sort of make the UI a little bit bigger, but it still plays perfectly well, and it scales. And this game's what, like 14 years old now, 10, 14 years old, RCT3, and it works on a 4K monitor.
That's madness, isn't it?
It does. It's awesome.
What's that Prono saying there? He's what's that? Lost it.
As soon as I see Intel's next ranges, though, I'll be jumping in with a 6-core Extreme and twin GTX 1080s.
Yeah,
I wish.
I was going to say, I'm not saying that we don't like the top of the range cards. We would all love the top of the range cards.
Yeah, should I? I would love a nice the 7 series. Intel's that are coming out soon, Jim.
Oh, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
Because they've gone away from their TikTok behaviour, haven't they? Because which it was only a matter of time. I mean, Moore's law couldn't last forever.
Keep up. No. Yeah, I mean, if you change the manufacturing process, and you can get over the whole distance versus energy bleed, then you can keep on applying Moore's law.
Yeah.
But as you get smaller and smaller, you've got more and more heat being generated in a smaller and smaller area, which then bleeds over onto the other transistors, and it becomes unviable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, it's a problem. What's that pronouncing? Yes. 1080s, that's a bit overkill. Yes, he wants a kick-ass GPU setup for ray trace rendering now. Now you're totally talking. That's going to geek me out now. I did actually on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen this, Toad. A few years back, I helped someone make a GPU ray traced version of Pong.
Oh, wow!
It was a little project, and I was kind of helping them work through how to do it, and we got it working. It was quite fun actually to do some of that. I love that stuff. I think that's awesome. Ray tracing for the win.
Britwolf is asking about your Type 9.
Yeah. Why am I in a Type 9? I don't know. We were just talking about mining. I was like, I want to try Type 9.
Well, I mean, the Type 9 is typically a mining ship, a trading ship, should I say?
Yeah.
But it handles like a beached whale. But it is also extremely good at mining on a budget. Well,
it's a big budget.
Kind of. Yeah.
Says the man with billions in his bank balance.
Yeah, but if you pop down to Yilong Ru's discount warehouses, you'll get a 15% discount. Just tell them that Toad sent you.
Yeah, from the tip from the Toad. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, when I bought my cutter, it cost me 17.5% less.
Oh my goodness!
Well, a 15% discount for Yilong Ru, and 2.5% discount for being Elite.
That, I was going to say, on the bigger ships, that adds up, doesn't it?
It adds up a huge amount, especially then you add the outfitting in as well. I mean, my rebuy is 11 million on my cutter.
That's mad.
I know.
That's madness. But of course, I forgot about that, isn't it? Yeah, if you buy the stuff at a cheaper price, the rebuy is less as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's based, from what I understand, on the total value of the ship.
Yeah.
That's what your rebuy cost is. So if you bring down the cost of your ship, then your rebuy cost is low.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. What's that Shan saying? Remember when we were getting to? Oh yeah, Shan was helping me get to elite in combat, and we saw a Type 9 bounty hunter.
Yes. Well, you can go bounty hunting.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah. Do you want to explain to a bit about Britwolf, about Yi Yong-ru?
Yeah, let's go into the map on there. Let's have a look on it. So the galaxy is divided amongst 10 major powers, as we can see on here. Let's go ahead and pick out Lee Yong-ru. Let's head down to him. So Lee Yong-ru, I mean, some of the benefits that this particular power offers is, as Toad was saying, these discounts on various modules. I think they favour, is it system exploration data as well as one of the things?
Yes, only if you're rated 5.
You've got to get to rate 5 on them. But if you head to any of the systems which is part of this power, you will get significant discounts on the ships and services on there, which we can get from the galactic powers. Let's head to this menu as well, make it a little bit more clear on here. Nope. This one. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And the ethos there explains some of this. So all of this stuff is there embedded in these menus.
It is.
The problem is people completely miss them. They don't even realise that half these menus are here. But if you go through and you actually read some of the text that's on here, it does. It describes the kind of benefits and the bonuses you'll get if you pledge to them. Here's the things you'll get for the various ratings. And as Toad was saying there, the rating 5, you get a 200% increase if you sell exploration data to them.
Yes. But you've got to be very, very brave to do that, because you've got to then carry around your... Unless you do it within that week, your rating will drop.
Yeah, so you've either got to get yourself up to rating 5, rush out, do a quick exploration run for a week, and come back and sell your data, or you have to go get all your exploration data and then very gingerly work your way towards rating 5 for a couple of weeks to get it up to rating 5 without getting your ship blown up.
Technically, you can, if you've got an anaconda or a cutter or something like that, you can go to a control system of a power, and you can buy the resources to fortify a control system.
Yes. Yeah.
But it'll cost you 100 million credits.
Yeah, if you've got the money, you can rush your way to rate 5, I suppose. Yeah.
Aye. So I've done it. That's how I got to rating 5 with Arissa. I bought it. I spent 100 million to buy it.
Oh dear, yeah, because Chris, oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. If you've got the money, that's buy your way to success and fame. That's the way it works, isn't it?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I made huge amounts of money from the bounty hunting.
Exactly. That's you make your money back on it. And anyway, if you're going to sell all that data and you're getting the 200% bonus, then doesn't that count towards your rank now?
What's that?
If you're getting your exploration rank and you're getting a 200% bonus, then
yes, it's the value of the data.
Yeah. So
I can't see why it wouldn't. I'm sure people have done it. I know some. Oh yeah, I know people have done it. They've actually got out a good couple of 3 months or 2 exploration, come back, got rating 5 and sold it, and got double the money.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You should better do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Bit scary to do though.
yeah. It's a bit like, you've got to make sure you go back to a station that you've got a nice, heavily armoured ship in that you feel safe in.
Yes. Or as I say, if you've got the money, buy it.
Exactly. Rush you in.
Yeah. It'll take you about 4 or 5 hours, I think, to do if you buy it.
That's not too bad.
Because you spend. Because initially, if you're racing 1, you can only buy 10 units at a time.
And
it's 100,000 per 10.
Yeah.
So it's 500,000 for 50. But because you can actually buy.
Yeah.
You can fill up your car. It'll take you like say 10 minutes to fill up a cargo hold. Jump, deposit, come back, rinse, repeat.
So it's possible. There are ways and means. There are ways and means. I think I'll try that on my next thing. I come back from my little exploration jaunt, like I said, and I was quite pleased with it. I clicked it, and I was like, sold all the data. It was about 15 million credits worth of data. I was like, sell it all. And I looked over and I was like, went from 60 to 87%. I was like, yeah. And I was like, that's just Ranger. Damn. And I've got Pioneer to go.
Pioneer.
Damn it. So, yeah, a lot more exploring left to go on there.
Well, there you go. While the shortest exploration trip I started out with looks pretty lovely, it's just head out towards the Barnard's Loop and nearby Nebula and do it. Oh, talking of which, if you are going to go to the Barnard's Loop and the Orion Nebula, if you pick up the Orion voice pack, voiced by the wonderful, legendary William Shatner, it has the Orion Nebula tour.
Yes.
As does Vega and Astra. Voice actor provided by acsvoicepacks.com.
have you got a link there too?
I might have a link there somewhere.
No, it is awesome. I love that because I've heard that on a couple of your streams where the kind of talking you through the things. Does it take you into the system, the maps, and kind of plot the route?
Yeah. So if you open up the map, you make sure you're on the navigation bit because you can't voice attack that easily. Hint there, Prime. And you say, plot me a route to the Orion Nebula. It will put in the name, and you even know like as it taps the keys.
Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah, and you tell you about the the various nebulas and the constellations and whatnot. So, yeah,
that's awesome.
It's good. It's very good. I did it. It took me about 3 and a bit hours.
Really, to go through all that? That's, oh, crikey.
So you start off. It tells you where. You can even tells you what you should have on your ship.
Recommended
loadout.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. And you go to the start point in the Pleiades, and then it takes you through the various nebulas all the way through to the flame number behind Barnard's Loop.
Excellent. I don't know why I can't show that. It's Insignificant just said that the Pleiades is a good place to visit as well. I've been there. I've been to the California Nebula. I was going to show everyone that for some reason. I don't know whether it's because it's the beta exploration data. Maybe it doesn't have. Whenever they do the beta, they don't copy the database over for the exploration. So it's basically it's a fresh system every time. Right.
Because it's huge.
I was going to say that would be a nightmare to back up and restore that volume of data just to do a test. That would be a nightmare. Yeah. This is one of the systems with my name on it, the 38 Omicron Persei.
Yes. You've also got the Toad Nebula.
The Toad Nebula, yes, which it needs to be renamed.
It should be renamed the Toad Nebula.
What do you mean? It was a mistake. Obviously, Michael Brooks typed in the wrong word.
It's exactly like they misspelt the word. My system, they missed out the word Toad at the end of Fiery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just wrong. Just wrong.
Yes, it was. Yes. It will show up, Brett Wolf, on where it's got the hollow port on the left-hand side. Please point, sir.
Bit there, somewhere. Just in that gap down the bottom there, to say shipping lane on there, which is, I think that's really cool. I mean, because that's it. Each system now has these these regions, these zones to it, which is it makes a lot of sense. I think it was what we were expecting to be there from day one, but now it's very obvious. It explains where you are and what's
What's this? The rest of the commander says, I think Dave said, is only about 20 gig of data. Exploration is not that.
A little bit bigger than 20 gigabytes.
It's almost the same. I wonder if it's the same size as my screenshot
Your
folder.
Screenshot data. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I think Hatajan's trying to get us to stop talking.
Newsletter. Yes, sorry, my friends. I'm sorry. We'll get through the things really quickly. So Galnet focus. Jasmina Halsey, the former president, she's been admitted to psychiatric care as the exploration data that was returned by commanders last week didn't actually uncover any significant information about the beings that she claimed to see out there in the black. So yes, they're rather concerned for her health now. Doesn't mean she's crazy. It just there was just no evidence.
Just means that nobody's believing her.
Yeah, nobody believes her yet.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
Do they know what's out there and just aren't saying anything?
Yeah, exactly. So Professor Palin, he's out there again, wants to start up a new research outpost. Again.
Did he not retire?
He nearly got permanently retired the last time he attempted. He didn't make it there. He got hijacked on the way. But he wants to start up again. So another community goal will be kicking in for that. That was an interesting thing that someone. I'm back to the game again actually, but let's go back to the galaxy map. Coming up now in 2.1 when it goes live, it will be incredibly easy for you to find the community goals because they show up in the galaxy map with a nice yellow mark.
You can get them from any station.
Exactly, yes. So
you don't have to go to the actual target system. You can pick them up at any station that's got a bulletin board.
Yeah. So we got the nice yellow pentagon shape there. community goal, nice and simple. And
Yeah.
like Toad was just saying, then you go to the mission board, tick 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 tick, and it will show up in there as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Community
That's,
goals,
yeah.
one
Yeah.
elsewhere.
When I first came in the map, I was like, "What's that yellow star?" Oh, it's community goals. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah, it just makes it so much easier now to get to CGs, which is great. I mean, that was the one thing that my son saw that, and he was like, everything else he wasn't interested in. He was like, yes, he can get to his community goals
Yeah.
nice and easy, and he knows where they are. Brilliant. Yay, great.
Yeah.
Racking. Sorry, I said that. It's not the same. It's not the same one. It's just No, it's the same one, but it's just changing a little bit. Sorry. Yes, going back to the newsletter on there. Yes. So
Yeah.
because he got hijacked and nearly permanently retired on the last attempt at doing that, he's starting up again. And the CG for the Diamond Frogs was successful. Last week's CG one.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And the Weird Raiders CG is being slightly extended, which I can imagine that's probably because a lot of the players that would normally get involved in a CG are probably playing
Busy.
beta.
Yes, they're doing something else.
Yeah, there's just so many things they're doing. Yeah, and of course the important one, the Fuel Rat CG
Yes,
to get to
Jack
Jack
Station.
Yes.
Now, for anybody who's going to dock at Jack's and hope to get transported to Beagle Point, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
folks.
yeah, no ships get transported.
Yeah. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. It's not a quick one-way trip, so you don't have to do it. It's because I think the last time Jack Station appeared, I was docked there, and then when I restarted the game, when it moved, I was in a completely different dock. I think I was then. It was like, well, it was the one before that I docked at. But so you're not going to get a free ride.
But it only takes 40 hours to get to Beagle Point, so I don't know what you're whinging about.
Exactly, 40 hours. That's nothing.
That's nothing. That's nothing. It's only 2 days.
Yeah.
Less than 2 days.
Yeah, you can get that done in no
Yeah.
time at all. What are you worried
Exactly.
about?
Just don't sleep.
What do you need to do that for? Yeah.
What if you die after docking at Jackson, we merge there after Jackson merge? You'd be popped back to another station, I'm guessing, somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's not going to allow you to hack that system one way or another. I don't think it's gonna do that.
So Wolf, no, it's done on a server downtime.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
station
I think
is
it would be
moved by
mostly a
hand.
Thursday morning, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What's that? DJ Tartan said there is that humanity don't have drive tech that can do that jump in one thing, and then Prime 9 saying, "Damn that Thargoid!" See the black helicopters zooming in on Prime 9's position.
But
there.
then Jax, he has things that other people don't.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been around a lot longer. He's a few hundred years old now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's seen things. You wouldn't believe it, but he's seen things. You just don't know.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, I mean, speaking of the lore and the stuff, that's coming up in tomorrow's stream with DJ Trusailor with Michael Brooks on there, the lore of the game, the Thargoids reportedly having technology well beyond their capability, not only being able to.
Hang on. Whose capability though? Because we don't know that much about the Thargoids, do we?
Most humans.
Well, we only saw one faction of the Thargoids, didn't we? When we had the war that we started.
Yeah.
Is there more than one faction of Thargoids?
I mean, like the Orsirians and the. Not saying that.
Read T. James' book, Out of the Darkness.
Yes.
That's got stuff about Thargoids in it.
Read book, and if you're too lazy to read the book, then listen to that stream tomorrow and probe Michael
Exactly.
Brooks for answers.
Yes. Or by the audio book. And listen to that. But yeah, there's stuff about the Thargoids that we don't know.
Exactly. They're
Yes.
more powerful than you can imagine. Thargoids can jump
Strike us
galaxies
down.
anyway. See, I don't know whether this is canon, DJ, but there's this really nice
Yeah.
explanation on some of the fan base websites on there about the 8 galaxies from the original leak basically being 8 slices of the Milky Way. And when you use the galactic jump drive, it was effectively a really big jump from one slice to another slice of the same galaxy. We just didn't realize it was the same Milky Way galaxy. And I really like that explanation. It's a nice way of tying in the lore of the original game with the newer games, and kind of giving it that kind of. It makes sense, you know what I mean? It's like it's a silly explanation, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. And I think it's really really nice. But I don't think it's specifically canon But
No,
it's
yeah.
ZR sound saying retcon alert. Yeah, it is. But I think it's a nice explanation. I think it's a nice way of doing it. It's an
Yeah, definitely.
elegant way of dealing with that problem.
And then Tarjan's put in the excellent guide to the Far West by Drew Waker.
Yes, Drew did a fantastic little kind of recap of all the bits we know about them. But see, I've always said from day one, I absolutely empathise with them. I think it was entirely our fault.
Yeah, we started it. We shot first.
Yeah, we shot, and we did it again. We didn't learn from our mistakes. We started the last war. We come across some things, and then we start shooting it. So whoever owns those things that we shot, I can only blame you. It's like
exactly. And don't forget that when we do re-encounter the Thargoids, how we interact, the first person you encounter them, how they interact, could have a significant bearing on how they interact with us humanity.
Mm-hmm. And I think this was something that came up in the live stream a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Was was the saying that when they plan like the outcomes of the CGs, they plan the different outcomes, and then suddenly it's not successful. It's like, oh, this whole story arc, this whole sequence of events, screw it up and we'll throw it away. Damn, that was going to be really fun. I think it was Drew, wasn't it? It was Drew who was talking to you in the Dog and Toad, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah. There's a plan of we're going to go for this, and this, and this, and then us pesky players come along and spoil it by doing something completely different. And it's like, so that 3 months of work we just got, where's the bin?
Yeah, it's like, oh throw it away. Yeah.
So, but that's what happens in a procedurally generated sandbox world. Things change,
and that's the great thing about it, is we can have that impact on it. We can affect it. It's it's nice that we can have that thing. And yes, I see that this is what people are talking about. This is new. This is new. Spoilers, wings, tails.
But when Sandy was asked about that on the stream the other day, he went,
"Oops."
no comment.
No comment. Yeah. So I'm assuming there's going to be some visual kind of 3D upgrades, maybe.
I mean, why would you need a spoiler for without an atmosphere?
Because it looks cool. I want spinners on my
but what
landing gear.
aerodynamic purpose does it have? I mean, you put a spoiler on a car to increase its downforce so it holds the ground better.
Oh, be fair, no, but people who want to improve the performance of their car put spoilers on. Most people put spoilers on their car because they're boy racers and they just want it to look stupid.
Yes, exactly. But these having like the extra, the wings and everything else on it, atmospherics, maybe.
Maybe. You never know. I think that's due for the speculation alert. That's it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Nice little thing to end it on there. I think we shall wrap it up after that. But we can probe them for more questions. Maybe we can get some.
We can. Yes.
What's that Prino saying? The spoiler just sticks a voice in the cockpit that tells you what's on next in Game of Thrones. Awesome. I love it on there. But it's nice to see there's all these little incremental tweaks and things.
Yeah.
So DJ saying I think it's a new cache hour. Yeah, because I think when you click on it, you get the option to browse, and there's nothing there available yet, which it makes sense. See. This is the problem.
Cosmetics.
I've got every single paint job for the Cobra Mark III.
I know.
Now I'm going to have to buy every single physical upgrade as
upgrade.
well.
Yeah, cosmetic upgrade.
Okay. Buy away. Oh, so
they know you too well.
Yeah, I'm just going to be payrolling them for the next season.
Yeah.
I don't mind. New stuff.
No.
Yay! So on that note, I say thank you very much, Toad. It was awesome to have you on there to chat.
It's lovely to be here, mate. I'll come on anytime you need a hand. It's always a fun.
It is. It's good. It's nice to catch up. Nice to go through all this.
It is indeed. It is.
Thank you for the education of the things that I have missed this week because I've been so far behind. So it's really nice to go through the things. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Lovely to have you here on there. Thank you to Prime9 for answering all the questions. You should be having the night off, my friend, answering questions. But always lovely to have you here answering the questions. Thank you very much on there. So with that, I think until next week, see you in the void, Commanders.